So you're playing Left Eye.
I am.
Okay. So, how did you really get that role?
Wow. Well, I came home to New York from a flight from California. Let me just give you a backdrop on where I am right now. Right now, I'm from New York, but right now I'm bi-coastal. I'm living between New York and California. And so when I was out in Cali, I decided to go back, take a trip back home. And on my trip back home, my uncle, he told me, about the role of Left Eye, that they were going to be doing the film CrazySexyCool, which was untitled at the time. And basically he was just real straight. He was like, yo, you're not going to go out for that? And I was like, I didn't know where to start first. I didn't have an agent. I barely had a management. And I guess God works, because I called, I don't guess, I know God works. I called Light, MC Light. You know Light, right, Vlad?
Sure.
I called MC Light. Light called Claude Brooks, who's a producer and director out in California, and he knew somebody that was producing on the film. And at the time, when you come in the game and people know you as an MC, people know you as a musician, they don't really know, your dimension. They don't know if you can act. So they didn't believe in me as an actor. They wanted to see what was up. And long story short, they got me into audition. It was hell getting into the first audition because I had to run around due to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I got a crazy runaround. I got the script. I came in, and the casting agent, she looked at me and she said I wouldn't change a thing. Sent the tape out. I read for the director, and from there I did a screen test, and it was history. I found out I got the role after 3 tries, and that's pretty much the story.
Was there anyone else that we know, known that was auditioning for this role?
There's some other people that you guys might know that auditioned for the role. Yeah, some other actors, young actors. I can't place their names right now, but it was a few other young actresses or actors that tried out for the role.
Sure. Now, Left Eye was a little crazy. She burned down Andre Rison's house and stuff like that. How much of that did you have to kind of get into yourself?
I mean, well, I've been played by a boy before. You get to that boiling point where you tired, or you feel like like this is it, that's enough of the BS and things like that. And so, and growing up, come on, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Harlem, I'm from New York City. Of course, I've seen women enraged before, whether they throwing pots or clothes or something. It goes down when a woman's fed up. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You know how R. Kelly say. So I pretty much just got into the character and got into the mind frame of being in that place and revisiting that place, or letting it take me there, and I let it happen really organically, and I feel like I touched how she might have felt at that time.
Now you hung out a lot with T-Boz and Chili to kind of get into the role, and they told you a bunch of stories about Left Eye. Is that correct? Yeah,
in pre-production, we did some rehearsals for the musical aspect of the film, being music videos and live performances. And in the midst of rehearsals, I kept getting my coattail pulled, by Tion or by Chili, like, hey girl, oh my God, you do that just like her. You don't even have to change that move, because Left Eye was a wild dancer, girl. And to whereas Tion was a lot more disciplined, and Chili was the known dancer, from Dancing with Dame and Dame, before she got pulled into the group. So it'll be all types of stuff. They'll tell me about, the way she moves, how I was really similar, but certain things I had to change a little bit in posture, or, how she would react to certain situations, so it was very informative, and it was very helpful into preparing for the role.
Sure. Now, initially, Left Eye's family was kind of concerned about you playing the role.
Were they?
Yeah, I mean, I found some stuff about that. I guess her sister, Reigndrop, was a little concerned in the beginning, but then after she saw some stuff that you were doing, she actually liked it.
Yeah, Rain came to the crazy part about Rain came to set, and I felt her energy before I seen her. So she was there. I felt energy in the room, and I didn't know what it was. So when I saw her, I was like, okay, that's what it is. And we talked for a minute. I got into the scene that we were filming at the time, which was my second day of shooting, so I was a little nervous myself, to be honest. It was a club scene where I meet Andre Rison, and after I got out of the scene, Rain started crying, and I said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "Nothing's wrong. Everything's right." And that melted my heart, you know, to know that I pleased her sister, because your siblings, like, that's the closest thing to you. Your parents are the closest thing to you when you know nothing else. But then once you get acquainted with your siblings, that is the closest that any family member could ever come. And for me to please her sister was just, it was, you know, surreal. Words can't even explain, you know, the honor that comes with that.